Hello everyone, thank you for stopping by. It's been a while I made any videos. A friend of mine encouraged me to look at this passage again that Paul wrote to the Corinthians and see if we can apply that scripture today.
I don't see anything about that on Wikipedia.
Well, we know who that was. That was Siri. Well, I'm almost losing my thought on that one. But here's the thing. Jehovah's Witnesses claim they are identical to the first Christians at that time. And they tried to follow the first Christians at that time. Do you really, WATCHTOWER, teach Jehovah's Witnesses to follow the Gospels of Paul and others to be real Christians? Well, let's take a passage that Paul had to write to 1 Corinthians about an evil deed that a person has done. So I'm going to play it and we're going to analyze it. 1 Corinthians 5 verse 1 through 3.
It is actually reported that there is sexual immorality among you, and such sexual immorality as is not even named among the Gentiles, that a man has his father's wife. And you are puffed up, and have not rather mourned, that he who has done this deed might be taken away from among you. For I, indeed, as absent in body but present in spirit, have already judged, as though I were present, him who has so done this deed.
So, we got the point of verse 1. This person ended up with his father's wife. And apparently the members in the church knew about it. Obviously. Because he was bringing his mother with him together in church. Now at that time that was really bad. Even that has not been done by the Gentiles. See, WATCHTOWER tries to be innocent. The governing body members try to pretend they are like the apostles or even Apostle Paul by encouraging the witnesses not to do evil. Well, we know they have a major problem, and that is the pedophiles. And that is really bad. Especially when you got men who's supposed to be looking for a wife to get married, not children to be their sex toy or for them to have pleasure with. We're talking about human beings. We're not talking about a plastic blown up doll, or they got these new technologies of these mannequins that can talk and do whatever you want to do with them. We're talking about innocent children. So in verse 2, it mentions that and you are puffed up in pride, or puffed up that you won't analyze what's going on around you. So, and have not rather mourned that he who has done this deed might be taken away from you, among you. So in other words, besides protecting what is truth and keeping the congregation clean, you should be mourning of what should never happen, or what has happened. You should mourn because it makes you in tying the pieces with this person like a jigsaw puzzle to say it's okay for him to be with his father's wife. People, Watchtower has made itself known in the Australia War Commission that they have pedophile problems, and they think their policies could help these people. Well, they're not helping them, because some of us could see that the two-witness rule of different things could be okay, but when it comes to a rape victim or a child or murder, that two-witness rule cannot be applied. Now, verse 3 talks about Paul was not there, but in spirit he already, by this letter to them, he condoned what this man has done. So they need to do what's right to keep the congregation clean, or the church clean. By him not get out what he's doing, and her, then there's no reason for them to be there to have uncleanness in God's house. Now, the government body knows all the evil they get from the kingdom halls. Some of it commit adultery, fornication, and many other things. Some gets reproof, some get disfellowship, but they're not serious enough. They don't have to call the police. But when it comes to children, that who's telling the truth about different people has done this evil, between fathers, stepfathers, members of the congregations, and elders. People are not mourning for the victim. They are mourning for the person who done the crime. different cases, people has went to courts. The victim is on one side, maybe one or two people on her side, and Jehovah's Witnesses, maybe between 5, 10, 20 Jehovah's Witnesses is with the criminal. It's telling how good he is, how many hours he probably put in field service, and all kinds of twisted things to make the victim to be completely look crazy, dumb, or a liar in the courtroom, or even to the police. If Paul was here, he would have go after the governing body, because they're the ones that's making these policies to encourage people to join and encourage the ones inside this false religion to do evil, to have this what we call pedophile paradise. You can't protect children if you got people who doesn't care about the children. I wish there was scriptures about children are being raped, but there is one in there. Basically, if a man wants to harm a child, before he does it, maybe he needs to put a millstone around his neck and toss himself off of a boat before he harms another person's life. And I tell you, those 8 men, now I know 7 of them has been here for a while, so the 8th one, I don't know how much he knows. I don't know how much dirt he has underneath his fingernails. Will he be like Raymond Friends and see how evil these men are and walk away and do what Raymond Friends done, is to bring the truth out, why he saw, why he was a governing body member? Only time will tell. We should be mourning for the victims who has been hurt, their lives been destroyed. Some of them refuse to make a commitment to a person because the thing that happened to them is, it keeps emotionally comes back to them. Some of these people are survivors, and they have told their stories. We should be like Paul. When these stories comes to us, we need to warn people. We need to warn the police what's going on in this paradise. What Watchtower turns it into nothing but pure evil. True paradise, we all supposed to get along. We all supposed to be like brothers and sisters, mothers and daughters, fathers to their children. But it's not made for anyone to deliberately harm a child. So Bible scriptures like this in 1 Corinthians 5, 1 through 3 should encourage us that maybe we need to examine what evil was back then, what evil we have to this day. I remember people who committed adultery, fornication, a few other things. But at that time, I never knew about the problems they had with the pedophiles in this religion. So people, I hope you will understand why we put our faces, our time and energy in these videos. Because you could have been one of those innocent childs, boy or girl, or your grandkids, or your children. 3 different generations. This evil has been going on. And it must stop. And it's going to stop. The government is stepping in. And sooner or later, Christ is going to step in. And He will destroy this false religion. He will shut down watchtowers all over the world by destroying them. You people have no right going door to door and trying to bring people in this false religion to get raped, molested, because you don't care. As long as you get your hours. Hours don't mean crap. Christ never told anyone to count their time or their magazines. All He told them to preach the good news about Him, what He has done, and He died for us. So people, stop protecting this evil cult. Now, I had many Jehovah's Witnesses got mad at me when I left comments, and this is a 100% truth for all our knowledge and understanding that this is Satan's organization of Watchtower of Jehovah's Witnesses. When evil works with evil, that's Jehovah's Witnesses working with the government body to keep the evil stuff going on in this religion, then you are back over 100% in Satan's organization. And this is just one of his organizations, because he has the Mormons, he has the Seventh-day Adventists, he has a lot of religions, and all of them is his. When there is so much lies and deceptions, it is his. So that's why Jehovah's Witnesses cannot be and never will be the real truth or has anything to do with God or Christ. Thank you, people, and I hope this video encouraged you to open your eyes and stop being blind what's in front of you when you go to the kingdom halls. Thank you very much. Y'all have a wonderful day.